Hello. On this short video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use Ubuntu version 22.04 long-term support and change some of the setting on the display and resolution and anything else that you want to adjust based on your needs. And everybody likes to have a very kind of nice background and a nice kind of icons and good sizing and everything, so it is appealing to your eyes and you could like it whenever you want to use it. I'm going to right click first of all on this one and say open it in terminal. This is let me just make it bigger so you can see it better, and then I'm gonna put it in the center. So this is Ubuntu version 22.04. So if I just cut this file, cut etc os release, you can see the version that we're running is Ubuntu 22.04 and it's long-term support, and the code name is Jammy Jellyfish. And this is the latest and stable version that came out, which is came out on April 21st last month of 2022, and today date as May 14. It is calendar time, as you can see. It is just today is Saturday. It is almost 12:06 in the morning. I'm making this short video for you so you understand how the Ubuntu is going to just be a very nice desktop for you, that you can use it as a client Windows. You can use it as a desktop to just do Linux workstation kind of work, as well as a server. So both of them, depending on the tools that you use, the software that you use, it could be a client as well as a server. Like for example, if you want to SSH to the server and run a MySQL database or Oracle or something, or you could just open a Firefox to just go to Google or something, you could do this one. A lot of these nice icon comes from the time that you install it. And then I'm going to just minimize this window so you see the full desktop here, and right here you can see the show application, a list of applications that are automatically comes with it. Terminal was the one that I was using it, and you can see here there's one icon here that is open one, so I can go back to it and I could just minimize it and it will go to that icon. Same thing like a VirtualBox application. If I just click on it, it is just these icons, as you install the software, the icons comes in and it will be available for you. So right now there's two instances of VirtualBox. I'm not going to start any process. I'm going to just exit this one, and if I go back in the terminal, and then right here, this is OBS, which is Open Broadcaster Software for recording. This is the screen recording. Right now I'm doing it the full screen, so I'm going to minimize this window also, and then the help is right here. If you want to just get help on like man pages and everything, there's like a GUI interface here for you to do get help. Ubuntu help is all the documentation that is available for you. You could do that one, and then also Ubuntu Software, so you can do Snap apps installation or apt packages. Some of these packages are Snap packages that you can install it, and some of them are advanced packaging tool, which is on the repository. The difference between Snap and apt, they're both package handler, package management software for Ubuntu. Snap is fully contained. For example, this Firefox that I'm going to open here, it is just part of the entire Firefox browser as fully contained, similar to like a Docker. So when you're just using Firefox, the whole package is fully self-contained, meaning that you are going to get the package with all the dependencies met. And then when you remove this Snap app, it is basically, this is like application app, we call it. So if I just minimize this window, for example, and just go back to the terminal here. On the terminal, I did not minimize it because I did not click on the minimize button, but all of these ones are basically ways that you can check it out and open it by clicking on it and open it, similar to like Windows platform. And these windows are very adjustable, sizable, and then you can add more kind of like right here tabs on the terminals. So if I click on each one of these ones, now notice that this one opens. I can do Shift plus, and then now I can just switch between tabs. I have this tab and this tab, and if I want to just add one more tab, notice how easy it is. Now I can resize it by this, or I could just do Control Shift plus and get it bigger. So now if I just run the command top here, and then on this tab I could run another command. Let's say this one is not active, this one is active, so I could do df-h, or say ping -c 100 google.com. Then it's going to just do 100 times, and here I run the top command. You can see that some of the commands that are coming here, I could just also check for other things. So for example, I could say let's say I'm going to put this one in the background by pressing Ctrl Z here. This one is stopped. Now I say BG for background. That job is running in the background now. It's like as if I put ampersand on the end of it. So right here, when I run the command, some of these commands are showing. I can also validate it here by doing Control Shift plus. On this terminal, I could say ps-ef grep -i ping, so I can see that all the process that I'm running, and grep is grep. grep meaning grep out global regular expression print. That's what that command is stand for. So right now you can see that process ID 5407 is doing the Google. So I can do like lsof -p 5407. That would just show me the that process, all the file, a list of files that are open. As you can see, it says current working directory. This is the proc file system. The current working directory, all the file descriptor, the executable, the root, and they are going to be okay if I just become root or run this command as sudo and provide my password that have a higher privilege for the sudo account. And then now it's going to say can't start on that one because of maybe the process is already pinged 100 times and that process is no longer there. So if I just do this command again, you see that that process is not there. And if I just come back here, that process already terminated. So if I just do, and instead of ping 100, let's say do 1,000 times or 10,000 times. This is just going to run for a while. Now I come back here and then I just do the same command, say check it out. Now ping is there, and then if I do sudo lsof list of open files for -p process ID 5457, I can see that process all the open list of files, the shared object files that are there, libc c and loader Linux and GNU conf files, all this ones that are open. The actual command that is running user bin ping, which is the current working directory of that one, and pwdx. So some of the other commands, like for example, I could do a pwdx print working directory of executable, and you can see again this one requires a root privilege, so sudo, and then you could see that says that home Wahid desktop is running it. And then if I just want to do a pmap ps map process map, for Linux is pmap, and for Solaris also pmap, but like p3 process 3, if you look at it, it is not going to show, but that's a Solaris command. On the Linux is ps3 process 3, so there's no list of process. But if I look at this one with process ID 1, you can see that the system D, which is the mother of all process for and this system. It used to be on System 5 Release 4 init. Now it's System 7 or Red Hat 8 or Ubuntu 22. All of them are based on System D. So you can see at process 3 of that one as well. So you are able to run this command and exit out of this one. Now I have this session. I could check on the process. When you run talk, for example, notice that every information is produced, like process ID, the user, the priority, the nice, the virtual kind of memory, the virtual part of it that is kind of like dynamically getting loaded. It is not actually physically some data that's kind of virtual. It's almost like fake kind of things. It is on memory, but it is virtual. This resident portion is actually the data that on the binary gets resided on memory. It is the main part of the program. This shared is all the shared object files in there. This status is either sleep or I or running. So all of those ones are there. And that is T, like stop or wait, and those status are there. The CPU percentage, the memory percentage, and the time, and then the actual commands you can do it. Also, you could get system information like how much of your CPU is used, what is the system percentage for the user, for the system, the NICE, the ID, and then memory in total, how much you have, how much is free, how much is used, how much is in the buffer cache, and same thing with swap space and everything. You can also look at if there's any defunct process or zombie process. It will show also the load average, how much is loaded. So you can do a queue for quit, and you can say uptime. That's also give you the load average and how much is there. And who minus R, it shows you the run level that you're running, which is run level 5 in graphical user interface. And so you can get that information. You say who's running it, and then say ID Wahid. You can get the same information. Get int password Wahid. You can get the information about slash bin bash, which is echo $ shell is pointing to that one. And if I just do a PS here, you can see that the process is bash. But if I just open up another bash, now the process, the second one, echo $ is pointing to the second bash, which is this one. So if I go to C shell, now I open another shell, and then if I say PS again, notice that the echo $ is pointing to the C shell. My echo $ shell is still doing the same thing, bin bash, which is get int password Wahid. So that is still the bin bash is showing this one, and echo $home $home is pointing to home Wahid. And then same thing with the like other environments, like if I say grep -i ID or say user ID or anything, all of those ones like echo $PWD, the print working directory, is similar to typing PWD here. There's a lot of things that are there. Let's say for this, if I exit out of the C shell, now if I say echo $, I'm back to the bash, and that's the process. If I exit out of that one, echo $, it is now in the last one. Now if I exit, this terminal closes and goes back to my last one. So if I want to just put this one also in the background again, I could do Control Z, it stops, and then I'm just going to say foregrounded or backgrounded, BG. And when you do background, it's almost like saying that just bring it up. And if I just do now, the job number was 2, so I could say foreground 2, and it will just bring that command in the foreground. So you could also Control C out of it to interrupt it and then do it. It's almost like doing a kill -2. So the kill command is also important, because if I'm running a command here, let's say I open here and then I run a talk command here. On this one I run it, but then on this other screen that I have, I want to just check out if what commands I'm running. If I say top, this is just showing me that I'm running a top command right here. This is the top command that is showing, and that process ID of that one is there. So I could say a list of sudo a list of open files for the process ID of top, which is 5706. I could say type in the command, and then I get all the details. I could also say, instead of putting the process ID of that one, I could say use the pgrep command, process grep, and then the output of saying the top command. So now all the top processes that are having the command top, I could see them. And then the one that I'm interested out of these top, I'm interested on only on this one, the one with without those information. So if I just do pgrep, and then let's say I'm going to spin off Firefox, let's say ps-ef grep -i Firefox. So you can see the Firefox process, or as many of them are open for the same one that I'm working, and then I say pgrep Firefox. So right away that you can see that process ID of 47, this is coming. So the same thing I could have done for pgrep top to just get the process ID of top, but I'm sorry, pgrep. Prep is a Solaris command, process grep. And then there's a pkill also, the process kill. So I could just say pkill Firefox, and then that would just close the Firefox. As you see, that there's no more process Firefox here. That Firefox. I could also spin off and say which Firefox, and then as I was telling you, that is a snap package, so I could say snap list Firefox, then Firefox. This would give me a list of the package are there. If I just don't give an argument of the apps, I get a list of all the ones. So if I just want to say Chromium, for example, Chromium, and then I just say let's just start Chromium, I can do it, and I could just put it ampersand on the background, say go ahead to start it, but put it in the background so I can have my command back here, so I can type in commands on this list. Now I can type in, and I say ps-ef grep -i Chromium, and now Chromium is going to open up, and then the process is there. So once this Chromium is happening here, you can see that it is available for you, and you can search and start everything. And this time, let's say I want to kill this one, and I just don't want to go to any place, or I could just open up like a connection and log into mywebuniversity.com, and then just open up this one. Let's say I go here, my webuniversity.com, just to visit that site of mine, which is this one. It opens up the site, and it is available here, so I could see all the videos that are available here, and you could learn from each one of them, whether it's C++, Unix, Linux, Python, shell programming, all of those ones. I have these videos, and you're welcome to just enjoy learning it and make your comments. And my Web University free education videos is my YouTube channel. So at this time, I'm going to just go back to the terminal and then kill this Firefox 2 using the kill command. So I could do a pkill just by giving the name Chromium. Chromium. This would just try to kill it, and if I did not type it correctly, because that's not how Chromium is spelled, then the pkill will not be able to do it. So Chromium. I missed the U. Now by doing a pkill Chromium, this one will just terminate Chromium. And did I type it correctly? So the way you do this one, if you found it here, you could say pkill and then that, and then Now that did not do it because there's a number of things, or I'm making a typo. So I could say p grep chrome yum. See if that process is picked up. It did not. So the other way you could do is you use the kill command, kill -9. But I have to get the process of all the processes that are related to Chromium. Notice there's a number of other processes, this. So I could say ps -u, which is my name Wahid, and then grep -I Chromium. This one you could check it out. If this is not coming, you could do ps -efa and then look for that one, and then now say awk and then print $2. $2 is the process ID of all those processes. So this is $1 is the owner, $2 is the process ID, $3 is the parent process ID, and so on. All the details of it is there. Like $9 would be the actual command that you're running. Like all the details sometimes depend on the $9. In this case is not. But if I'm just doing a ls -l on this other directory to see all the files, and then I say ls -l awk print let's say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So $9 will give me the list of files. And then I have to close the brace here, and that would be there. And then if I don't want to see that top blank, you say grep -v total. That would just not give you the list. For each of the directory you could do it. Similarly, now I'm going to do the while read with the other process the way we did it. Now this is giving me $2 was giving me the process ID. Now I want to close this Chromium that is open right here. This one I want to just kill it. If I want to kill it using kill -9, I could just say while read var or PID in this case. So I'm going to read it inside a while statement, continuously reading all these values into a variable called PID, and then I want to do something with that while. So I say echo killing the process $, and then I say PID. So that's the variable that I'm just going to say, and then we say now this one is there, but then the actual command -9 PID will be the actual command that you want to kill. So here I do that and I say done. Now it says all these processes killed, and notice there's no Firefox. So this is one of ways that you can play around. I will show you a lot of Linux and shell scripting and Unix, a lot of details on every video that I'm going to go, but this was just a small introduction that I wanted you to just be experiencing the terminals. That with terminals you can do so much. So let's just get into the GUI part of it. So if I'm going to close all these terminals, I don't need it, and then I just right here right click, I can always open another terminal and then just do something with it. But if I don't need it, I want to change maybe the resolution or the desktop, I can just right click here and say change background, for example. So the background that I have is really nice. I really like the sun and everything that is shining and everything. So as you can see, the trees, the grass, and then these trails that you could run and jog and everything, walk. It's really cool stuff. That is good environment. At the same time, if you want to see the jellyfish background, is really nice there, and then there's other cool images that are here for background. You could set it up for yours. Each one of them you click, it's like depend on your taste, you could just enjoy some of them. My favorite was these ones that I'm clicking right here, and then this one is good with a very nice kind of color and shapes and graphics there. And this one is really cool. So you could see that it's the sunset and beautiful images. The one that I like the most is this one. sorry, this one is right now coming in, the main one. So it is sometimes if it takes a little bit of the time, maybe because we clicked on so many of them at the same time, so the image are coming. So for some reason, whenever I select this one, it goes there, and then if I just switch it between these ones, it switch. And then this one is going back to the main one. So if I look at the appearance right here, so as you go, you can also have a choice of, let's say I'm going with this background here, and then I say, well, I like that one, but let's just change the appearance. And then right here, as you can see, like these icons are like red here, but if I wanted like green with the green to match the icons, I could select this olive, and then you can see this thing changes the color of I'm selecting, and you can see all these ones are selected. So I can also get like a light ones, or I could get a darker one. The darker one are really nice too. Notice that my interface right here is darker theme, and then it's really nice. And you can just change the size and kind of like all the icons, you can resize them and adjust it small, large, and everything. At the same time, you have this bar here that you can move down and up, and notice the icon size here. As I see it, I can make it a little bit smaller if I don't like it, or maybe the show personal folder. If you don't want to see this one, you just turn it off and it will go away, because you have it here anyway. You don't need it just like two places and just to click on it to get to home page. And everything that here that are showing on the file manager, for example, and let me just open a terminal here, open terminal. So the command line, the terminals, I'm going to just move this one away from here, and as if we just look at everything. And then on the terminals, I'm going to make this one bigger a little bit, and then I made it too much, but that's okay. We just resize it from here, and I'm going to put this one right here, and I'm going to move this one a little bit down. And notice here on the file manager, when you click here, if you want to go to some directory, like for example, let's go to the snap directory. If I click on snap, this is just showing me home snap. But if I'm like right here, I want to go to CD to the main directory, by just typing CD, I will drop off to the /home, which is this one. So now on the /home, which is my current sorry, let me just do click on here on home, and then I'm going to do here clear screen. So by typing pwd print working directory, I am just showing that I'm on home Wahid. So now this is showing home, and then this is Wahid directory. How do I know this is on this directory? I just type in ls, and ls is going to give me all those ones. If I want to get a longer list of this one, I do ls -l, and then obviously I will resize this one and make sure that this one is up here and this one is a little bit bigger. That way you can see the list fitting on this, and you can see the desktop is there, the document is there, and everything. So if I just go click on the desktop here, now the desktop is empty. So here equivalent to that one, I would be CD to desktop, and then by typing pwd or ls is just not showing anything. So now I want to go back to from the home, I want to go back to the home. I can click here, and then I could just do the same thing here, cd ... meaning go to the parent directory, do a pwd, I'm back there. So now if I want to go to snap on the file manager, you right click here, double click here, you see the cd to snap. And then if you want to see the list, you just do a list, and then the chromium, everything is there. So now let's look at some files here, like snap OBS Studio. On OBS Studio, you see 3 files. So I'm going to say, since OBS Studio is here, I could say cd to obs-studio, and then now I'm typing ls-l. It's those three files that are here. And then if I want to just look at the content of a file, let's say I say send this file to ls-l, say list.txt. So I'm going to just get the list of this file, but I'm going to, instead of doing ls-l, I'm going to use this greater sign, meaning redirect it to this file. So now it is going to create a file called list.txt, which is going to be put where I am at. So now the list.txt got created. If I want to see the content of this file on the GUI, I just double click on it. It opens the editorial of my choice. And if I want to see that file inside here, I could do cat list.txt, and it will just display it for me, similar to what is inside here. So clear the screen, and then cat that command would be like that 8 and everything. If I want to just say, for example, show me the line numbers, like here that the line numbers are showing, so cat -n list.txt is there, it will just show you the line numbers as well. And if you want to just echo something to that file, notice that this file is this line. I say echo this is the last line. So now I'm programming it to just write another line to that one and say list.txt. I just use the double greater sign, mean append to the end of it. So this sentence will be added to the end of it. Now I just updated that file, but notice that this file is open, it doesn't show it. But if I just do cat -n, and this time you will see that line number 6. So in order for me to see it here again, there's the option of save. I'm going to just close it and then open it again. It's already saved on the command line. It already has that line. And if I just want to remove a line or edit the line, I could do it here, or I could grep it out from here. So let's just do change the word this to something else. You could do like set command -e, and then substitute like this to that, and then globally, and then from list.txt, and I want to send the output to list2.txt. So now I just created a second file. Notice if I open it here, this file is on the tab. The first one is list2, but this one says that. We just substituted this to that. And now if I just here I say difference between list.txt and list2.txt, show me the differences. You can see that there's these character 6, the word that changed on the line 6, which is this line, and it says that there's a word that was changed from I to A, and this to change to that. And then if you want to do anything with it, you're very powerful. So if I want to delete a file and say rm list.txt, now it is just a list.txt is there, and then the list2 is there. If I want to just make a symbolic link out of the list2, I say link -s list2.txt, and create a symbolic link for list.txt. Now I have the same files, but notice the inode number of list2.txt and list.txt. The inode numbers are different. The symbolic link is an alias, it's a pointer to it, which means that this is not a physical file. It is pointing as an alias to this one. Whenever you're referring to cat list.txt, it's opening list2.txt. And then if I just rm list.txt, the file list2 is still there. List2.txt is there, but the symbolic link now is gone, so I cannot do a cat on the list.txt anymore. But let's say I make a hard link this time, and I say link list2.txt and list.txt. This time I made a symbolic hard link, which means that if I look at the ls-li for these two files, and then .txt and list.txt, you can see that they're having the same inode number, because they're hard linked together. By removing one, the other one is untouched. The other one is also like a physical file. So the difference is between hard link and symbolic link. Hard links are links that you can not make it across the file system because they have the same inode number. What the symbolic link, you can make it across different file system. So here if I remove or make changes to list2 vi list2.txt, and I just want to remove this line and see what happened between them. Now I just see that line numbers, inode numbers are the same, but by modifying one, because they're symbolic link, not symbolic link, they're pointing to the same inode number. By changing one list2.txt, it is just modified the other one also, list.txt, as you can see. It doesn't matter which one you are doing it. So if I do rm list.txt now, and that one is gone, the other one is still available, but there's no actually, the linkage is 0 byte now. That is no, sorry, the list is the list2 is not 0 byte. The one that we removed it, and the size become 0 byte of because that file doesn't exist anymore. But here that file, the directory list does not exist. Inside the content of it, we did have that file. So if I want to say grep minus v list.txt from list2.txt, I'm going to read everything except the list2.txt line. Notice that I'm doing it. But if I change this one to -I only see the list.txt. So there's a lot of ways you can do in this. Another command is very helpful is like grep is egrep for expression grep. So if you want to say like, let me show that list2.txt, and if I want to just say find out wherever is Wahid and also the word common or the word current. So you're searching for more than one occurrence. You could say cat list2.txt, but then pipe egrep, and you can put any string that you're looking for, Wahid, if it is matched, or this is or statement, that symbol, and then you say the word current. So you want to see all of the ones there. In this case, it's going to match all of that. So it shows in this in red because the alias egrep itself, it is just auto to show the colors. So the nice thing about these commands, if I'm right here, ls-l, and I say, okay, I'm looking for something like list2, I could say ls-l grep list2.txt. Now I found out list2.txt is there. And what if I want to just display this one from this command output, whatever is the content of it? I could say awk print $9. This one will just give me the file name, which is that, and then I could just say while read var do, and say echo displaying the file name $var now, and then we could just say, let's say cat -n $var, and then done. So now you can see that the program or shell script we just wrote inside a terminal, we list the file, we find out what was the name of the file, and then print out those ones. You can do a lot of stuff with these commands on the fly. So there's sometimes, like for example, you could say, for example, let's say go to home directory here, and then say, okay, let's see if any of these files, let me make this screen bigger and minimize this one. So I could just minimize these ones too, and then I could say I'm here, but I'm going to find any file that has list.txt, anything with list question mark .txt. So that question mark match any one character, and you can see that is there. And then if you want to just say minus exact and then ls minus l, while you found it, list it for me. You can get the list of it. And if you want to see disk usage, and then you can get the size of it, disk usage minus s human readable, s for summary, and h and human readable. It's only 4K. And if you want to see, like, instead of this, you could say cat it and give me a list of them. If you want to just say, well, use the plus symbol, and that's like almost the same thing. So this command find, it looks on the current directory, minus name says matching this name, and then minus exact execute this other command, cat minus n. And this brace means start the loop and then end the loop, and this is a new line character, a semicolon saying that do it. And instead of this new line character, you could put also the plus symbol, will do the same thing, cat minus exact. So cat this, let's see why, and that one, and the plus symbol did not work. Yeah, so you instead of this semicolon plus, you just put that, and that's how that command is working. So this was extra, that's why it did not work. If you're putting slash backward slash semicolon, you put only plus. So let's say I am going to delete that one instead of listing them or the RM, and now we listed that file is no longer there. If you try to say ls minus l, it says that no such file. Now, how do I know no such file? The question mark $sign. The command runs successfully, but there's no file. So if I just use this command to say show me any file that are there, it is not. But now if I say show me any file that is a star.txt, there's a number of them. And then if I want to just get him a list of them, again minus exact ls minus l, and then get the list of them. And then if you want to just say, oh yeah, I would like to just display each one of them, you could just say cat and that one, cat minus n with line number, it will just display each file as you go. It's so fast. And if you want to just make a backup of it, obviously these commands, you just put a backup. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm going to have a lot of these videos. Please watch it and enjoy learning it and use it at your job and everything. So you will be a real developers as soon as you know how to kind of work with Linux, how to build systems, how to do it. And these operating systems are so powerful. There's so many tools and so many things. I'm going to teach you one by one, and you have to just watch these videos and enjoy it. The more you pay attention, the better you become. And I hope you subscribe and watch these videos with details, and pay attention to the details and learn from it. And there's a lot of things that you can learn from these ones for your job, for your school, for anything. You will benefit it. Best of luck. I hope you enjoyed it, and please don't forget to like and subscribe and make nice comments that I can get encouraged to make better videos. I am not asking you to always make nice comments, but I mean when you make nice comments about how we can improve, or what areas or your needs, so I can make videos based on your needs. Have fun, okay? So enjoy it, and love and peace for all. Take care. Bye bye now.